welcome back to 4 on Friday. In just a moment we find out why dogs like Tip here are big business for thieves across the country. Isn't that right, Catherine?
Yeah.
But you're lucky you got Tip back, didn't you?
Yeah.
Very good. Now, can our bookman be converted from reading books to storing them on an e-reader? We're going to chat to Donal in a few minutes. As we just heard, 200 dogs being stolen across the country each week. Tina Broders, who has had her dog stolen, joins us, along with pet detective Robert Kenny. And as we just spoken here to Catherine, who's Tina's daughter, and of course, Tip. Now, Tina, Tip has been recovered, but let's take it back a bit and tell us exactly what happened to Tip and your other dog, Bullet.
They were literally taken out of their backyard. They were in secure pens in their backyard, and the thieves came in over a 6-foot wall, opened up bolts on the bottom of the gates and on the top of each run, and took one dog at a time out. We reckoned there was more than one person involved in it.
Well, I think there would have had to have been.
It had to be, because you wouldn't lift him now too easily over a 6-foot wall.
You wouldn't. But this happened in the daytime. This is
in
what
the
I found
daytime,
strange.
in a very busy area as well. Like lots of people going by, really, really busy area.
Now tell us about, these are no ordinary dogs.
No, these are show dogs.
Okay.
Catherine uses Tip at the moment for junior handling. She puts a lot of hours into it, and it's a lot of hard work for her and for him. And Bullet is a show dog as well, and she shows him as well. But unfortunately, like, if we hadn't recovered Tip, she'd be out of the ring altogether this year.
But you know what, apart from all that, and I'm sure, Catherine, I'm sure they're little friends of yours at this stage, aren't they?
Yeah.
Tell me how you felt when this happened, when they
Very
disappeared.
frightening. And I just was shocked, like, how could somebody take a pet from a child, especially? And my nephew Evan really loves Tip as well.
You know, it's awful, isn't it, when you think about it?
Yeah, like
And these thieves don't even think of this kind of stuff, do they?
No, they don't.
Now, you got Tip back. Tell us how this happened.
And there was this woman that picked him up and brought him out to the vets. And we were very lucky. The vets called us and checked the microchip to get him back. So they rang us and we ran out our best to the vets.
Wasn't that great? Now, this brings me to Robert. Robert, microchipping. I'm sure, as a pet detective, I know pet detective, you think.
Yeah.
Are there many of you around?
Well, I'm the only qualified pet detective in Europe. There is a company in Britain that does come into Ireland the odd time and work. Simply, there's about 97 pet detectives worldwide, and I trained in the United States, and I'm now involved in this sort of work to recover missing pets throughout Europe.
200 seems like a very big number in a country as small as our own, is it not?
Well, in Ireland, Maura, we have the highest dog theft in Europe. And percentage-wise, in the United States, there's only 10% of dogs stolen in the United States compared to per population in Ireland. Yeah. So it takes into account, really, how many dogs are going missing.
Is it just pedigree dogs like Tip here?
No, it's actually more... Tip would be considered a medium-sized dog. We'd be looking at more King Charles, Lurchers, Pomeranian,
So
Jack Russell.
breeds predominantly?
Generally, and also dogs that are easy to transport, because an awful lot of dogs that are stolen in Ireland end up in the United Kingdom, and we've recovered many from there.
Wow. Now, Tina, did you speak to other people since, obviously, Tip and Bullet were stolen?
Oh, yeah, there was actually a whole litter of Chihuahuas puppies stolen in Limerick last week as well. They only have to be microchipped. And I mean to say, like, everybody, like, it's not just show dogs, it's everybody's pets are at risk. Yeah, everybody.
Now, Catherine said, of course, you know, Tip went missing and you got him back and the vet called you, but Bullet is still missing.
Bullet is
gorgeous
still missing,
Welsh Terrier.
Yeah, well, Robert is still on the case there looking for Bullet, like, you know, and we're doing everything possible. And, like, there's a massive big Facebook campaign out there again. Like, our dogs were fantastic like that. They started off straight away. The minute we said Tip was gone, they were on the ball straight away, like, you know, and that really has helped a lot. Like, people everywhere are looking for him. And, like, you know, then Robert is looking in other places that we wouldn't even think of looking.
Robert, what type of investigations are involved? Obviously, Tina wants you to continue looking for Bullet. What type of investigations? What do you do?
Well, first of all, Bullet, the case of Bullet and Tip. Bullet would be a young dog. He's approximately 15 months old. Bullet has been taken for purpose of breeding. tip was abandoned simply because of the fact that the owners or the thieves of this dog would have recognised that this dog was of no value
Why
to
not?
them. Simply because the age of the dog, he's a 7-year-old, this dog. The other dog, young dog, normally dogs that are no good for breeding, they will be sold on sites such as Dundeal.ie.
So you have to monitor all these sites and
correct.
check with your counterparts in England and all that too?
Correct, and
Okay,
also
fine.
follow-up information. We use specialised camera equipment, surveillance equipment on properties, etc.
Right, yeah. I want to just bring in a few tips. The first one really, I suppose, is, as we said earlier on, microchip is so important. But also don't leave your dog alone and make sure that you've got a secure garden.
Correct.
Tell us about microchipping though. I just want to get into this because you should check your microchip and check that your dog, that the microchip is working regularly. You were just saying this to me before we came
Maura.
on.
What actually happens is that people might get their dog from a rescue centre. This dog might have been left in by a previous family. It might have been microchipped originally to family A. Family B comes along, takes the dog out. They don't transfer over their own address through the microchip company, which means that if their dog is stolen or goes missing, they will actually go back to the previous owner who has nothing got to do with it.
And they may be gone somewhere else. or
They
whatever.
could be gone out of the country, and it's impossible to trace the owner.
Yeah. Of course, you mentioned Dundeal.ie. Of course, this is a very reputable site.
Correct.
Where you're only mentioning it in the context that any internet site that these thieves could try and sell a dog through it, you know, it's nothing to do with the reputation of the site, of course. This is any way they wouldn't try and move the dog through the sites. Do you know how long is Bullet missing for now?
Well, he's missing 3 weeks now, and we're very worried about him because when we got tipped back, he hadn't been fed in a couple of days and he was in a fair bad condition. Now, if Bullet hasn't been fed, it's 3 weeks now, and he's going to need medical attention and that, like, you know.
Well, there he is. He's up on the screen there. If anybody out there has seen this dog, do get in touch with us because we will, of course, get all the information to you. And, of course, Robert's tips do pop onto our website if you are worried about your dog on the Airtel page 340. Thank you, Catherine. We'll keep an eye for him, OK?
Yep.
Hopefully we'll get him back. Thanks very much for coming in today, and thanks very
Maura.
much, Robert.